very accustomed to the Zoom meetings anymore. I don't know if anyone's ever kept track of how many you have had over the last 18 months or so. It's become, I guess, the normal, but we are moving into a new normal slowly but surely, and we will hope as we move into the spring, we'll get there. So what's happening in 2022? I'd like to welcome everybody to our first virtual mixer for the year, and hopefully our only virtual mixer. My name is Mark Kleinschmidt. I have the privilege of being the president of the Anne Arundel Chamber. And with us today is Amy Barry. Give a wave.
Hey guys.
Our new chairperson, Stephen Brown, and we'll hear from him in a little bit. Today, we just wanted to give you a bit of overview of what we have in store for the upcoming year. This year, we had planned to start with a couple of in-person events, but given the surge in COVID cases, we felt best to roll with virtual events. So we're going to continue in that mode, but we are planning our first in-person event for February 17th, and you'll hear a little bit more about that as we go. We've got a big crowd today. We may have upwards of 50 people on the line at one point. So what I'm going to ask you all to do so we can capture everybody's names, if you can enter your name, your company, and your email address in the chat box. That way we'll know who's here, and we'll also get out to you a list of everybody who attended, because one of the things we like in the mixers is to get people obviously to meet. All right, so let's get going. We're going to go through a whole series of things here. So getting to know the staff, like I said, my name again is Mark Kleinschmidt. I'm the president and CEO. Amy is the membership coordinator. So you can reach us at the various addresses listed up there, and our emails are listed there. So that is who we are. And so let's move on to our next slide, and we'll talk about our board of directors. The chair of the board is Stephen Brown, and we have a group of 18 good folks from various industries and companies throughout the county. Now, I'd like to ask Stephen, the floor is yours.
Well, you can hear me here. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for having me on here. I wanted to give a shout out. I know Heather Lawler is here as well. She is on our board of directors, an outstanding accountant here in town, and sort of adding to the breadth of our board, which has been I guess, very invigorated as of late. We've got a lot of new blood and everything on here, and it's been a real help to our membership to be able to touch pretty much the whole county with a variety of insiders in the various industries. So when you see the board of directors on here as members, if you see folks in a practice area or in an industry or something that you think might be able to help your business, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help you and make the connections, especially in today's day and age where we don't get to meet face to face and shake hands and exchange business cards and all the traditional networking parts that the chamber used to be able to do. God willing, we'll be doing that in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. But in the meantime, the key is reach out, email. Some of us have phone numbers out there as well. Call, text. Connecting is one of the core elements that we want to provide as a chamber to you all, is the ability to connect with those who can help propel, advance, and support your businesses. So whether that's me, whether that's Mark or Amy, do it. Open invitation. Make sure you do so. Stay engaged. And if you're not comfortable cold calling somebody, you can always reach out to me or Mark, and we will make an introduction for you. So don't be shy at the end of the day. So you don't get what you don't ask for, kind of a thing. So a little bit about me. I'm an attorney here in town at McAllister, DeTarsho, Walter, and Walker. We have our offices are right over by Grawls in West Annapolis, if you're familiar with the area. Great setup. Love it here in West Annapolis. It's been a wonderful spot to be in. As my participation with the chamber goes, I've been involved either as the general counsel to the chamber, vice chair, or now chair for anywhere over the past 5 years or so. So very familiar with the folks on the board, very familiar with what we're doing, and very energized and ready to rock and roll to assist any of you all with any questions you may have. So with that, that's my spiel. like I said, feel free to reach out. My contact information's in the chat box.
All right, great. Thank you, Stephen, and thanks for your leadership. Now, Heather, if you can introduce yourself real quick. Heather is been on the board since last year, and she is heading up she's a treasurer, so she makes sure that we're heading in the right financial direction, and that's her day job too.
Hey everyone, my name is Heather Lawler. I am a partner at a CPA firm in Annapolis, TMDL CPAs and Associates. I was honored to be asked to be on the board here at the Chamber and serving as treasurer for the last year. So glad to see everyone on this phone call. And like Stephen said, if you ever want to reach out, have any questions, whether it's about the Chamber or anything else, feel free to reach out to us. You can get us on the website with our points of contact, as well as what you see in the chat box. So welcome, good to see everyone this afternoon.
All right, great. Okay, well, let's get started. Let's see what is going on for 2022. First of all, our mission for the Chamber, what is it that we do? We are the leading voice for the businesses here in Anne Arundel County. We focus on legislative, economic, and workforce development issues. And what we do is we bring people together to help them grow their business and also address some of the issues that you may be facing in terms of your business or with the economy. The benefits of membership, there's a couple of specific things that we do. We have a toolbox for success. We'll talk a bit about that. We provide a lot of credibility and visibility. People tend to do business more with organizations or businesses that they know are chambers of commerce, because it's kind of the seal of approval. We do advocacy. We'll talk a little bit about that with our legislative committee. And again, we make connections. And again, people tend to do business with people they know. So if you follow the logic, the more people you know, the more shot you have of getting new business. And we create those opportunities for you to meet people either virtually or in person. Throughout the year, we're going to have a series of different legislative events, and they'll fall into 4 major pockets this year. Critical issues forums, we'll be having a virtual meeting, or hopefully they'll be in person. We'll be discussing key issues that are facing the county. We're also going to be hosting a debate for the county executive. As you know, there's going to be a primary for the Republicans for county executive, and we're working on planning a debate with the candidates. And then we'll be having a general election debate with our county executive candidates from the Democrats and the Republicans. Just to be clear, the county chamber, we are a nonpartisan organization, and what our job is to bring information to you about key legislative issues. And that brings me to our legislative committee. Our legislative committee meets once a month, and we focus on issues of concern that are impacting our businesses at the city, county, and state level. We work with a lobbyist to help represent our issues in the General Assembly and with the County Council and City Council too. So every now and then you may see a legislative alert or an update about things that are happening in the General Assembly or at City or County Council. Right now, the General Assembly is meeting until April 5th or 11th, I think, and you'll hear a lot of, I don't want to say noise, but news and things that are happening with coming out of General Assembly. So that's a little bit about our legislative events. So moving on to our next area, let's, Amy, why don't you tell us about what's going on with some small business programs we have for this year?
Sure. We are going to hopefully be back into in-person monthly networking mixers at various member restaurants. We have done them in the past at other small businesses. So if you are interested in hosting one at your business, reach out, let us know. We, in 2020, started the Moving Forward webinars. They were very helpful and informative to get everybody through the pandemic, and we're going to keep those in 2022. We're just not going to do as many of them. So we're going to alternate, and we're going to have some Moving Forward webinars. One you'll see coming up, we're going to talk about a little bit later on digital recruitment, February 3rd. And then we're also going to do some in-person ones, which we're calling our Smart Business Workshops. The first one is going to come up in April. We're going to have it on company culture by James King, who runs the Titan Restaurant Hospitality Group. And then we started last year our leads group. So we have some representatives here from them. So if you guys want to give a shout out, we have 2 groups. We've got a lunch group that, oh, there's Tim. The lunch group is rowdy. We got, I think Daryl's here from the breakfast group. They meet, so lunch meets on the third Wednesday at 11:30, and then breakfast meets the second Thursday at 8 o'clock. So everybody's still getting their coffee in the morning for that one, but they are industry exclusive referral groups. So I think, Tim, you can speak if you want to give a little plug for the group. I mean, I think everybody has found it super helpful if it's a way to get connected. They only meet once a month, and attendance is required because that's what brings results. And it's been a great, I guess, started in August, a great 6, almost 7 months. And the lunch group is almost full. So if you want in for the lunch group, email me. I'll let you know if we've got a slot, but we've got plenty of room in the breakfast group. And if we get enough interest for another lunch group, then we will definitely start that up if anybody wants to run it. All right.
Do you want me to give a plug for my group?
Would you like to?
I'm happy to. I can't speak for other lead groups, but we have a blast at ours. We've gotten to 16 members in what, like 3 months?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we got one more spot. So
yeah, so we've been having a blast. We've been growing pretty fast, and I think once a month is not a hard commitment for most people. So we've, I don't know what spot we have left. Amy, you're doing a great job running it. So, but yeah, we've been having a blast. If you want to come visit, let us know. And I definitely highly recommend these lead groups because it's great to connect with other business owners and work together to grow it.
Thank you. Yeah, if you're interested in those, they're on the website, on the calendar. So you just register for it, and then I will email you back if there's a spot and give you the details on where they're meeting and send you the info on the program.
Yeah, and they are great forums, most certainly, and I think everybody's getting value, and they're getting business out of it, which is the bottom line. So that's a good thing. And lunch or breakfast, depending on where you go. So now let's talk a little bit about some of the signature events. And when we say that, these are some of our larger events that we have over the course of the year. So we kick off the year with our legislative breakfast, where we have a panel of legislators come in and talk about what's going to happen in the General Assembly for the upcoming session. This year that got converted to virtual, just because that was the way we needed to do that. We are going to reboot on that, and probably it's not firmed up, but March 24th, we're going to have a legislative update, a breakfast to kind of replace that event. So that's coming. In May, we're going to have our second annual golfing. We had it last year. It was a great success. It sold out. It was gorgeous weather. It was Chamber of Commerce weather. It was a good day. So we're looking to repeat that. In July, we'll be going out on the water with our good friends from Watermark Cruises, and it's a great time. We get about 150 to maybe 175 on the Catherine Marie, and it's a 2.5-hour sunset cruise, and it's a great outing, great reward for your employees, and it's a fun time, and a lot of networking too. In the fall, we have our Business Hall of Fame dinner, and this has been a tradition at the county chamber for probably 18 years, I guess we've been doing it, and focuses on recognizing groups of people who have had a great career and given a lot back to the community. We also recognize, last year what we did is we recognized community leaders, local leaders, people who shined during the pandemic and did just really some excellent things. So we're looking at continuing to recognize our members, and that will happen in the fall. And then we wrap up the year with what we call our holiday mixer. And it's now taken on a new twist in the last couple of years. We've added a wreath decorating contest. So what we do is we had this year about 21 wreaths that were decorated and donated, and they were on display. We were at Homestead Gardens, and it was a great evening, a lot of fun, live music, and an auction for the wreaths, which were very creatively done, and the wreath you wanted to have hanging on your door at home or at your business. And when we auction off the proceeds, we donate the money to a charity. And this year we selected, or last year, I guess, it was Feed Anne Arundel. So we were able to make a nice donation of $1,600 to them. So we were really proud to do that. But again, what we try to do with our events is make them engaging, bring a lot of people together. We create a good venue, hopefully run a good program, and let you all have the opportunity to interact and expand your network. So those are our signature events. And we have some special events. So what special events do we have this year, Amy?
Oh, I'll let you do CPR and AED awareness. That's your baby.
All right. So one of the things we're going to do this year, it's different. First time we're doing it is the first week of June is National CPR Awareness and Aed Week. And the idea here is we're going to set a goal to get 100 people CPR trained, certified. We're also going to work with a couple groups to promote AEDs in the workplace. These are very cost-effective, life-saving measures. We're going to do this through a series of interesting interactive events for that week. And then again, that'll be the week of the first week of June. We'll be doing that. And then we're going to move on to the employee appreciation lunch. Why don't you talk about that, Amy, and then I'll do the real estate forum.
Okay. Employee appreciation lunch came out of our membership development committee, which we're going to talk about committees a little bit later. But it was a great idea about how we could help large, mid, any size businesses spoil their employees. So in April is typically the Administrative Professionals Day, formerly known as Secretary's Day. It is on April 27th this year. And so we want to spoil your employees. So we want to pamper them with gifts and door prizes and a great lunch. Live Casino is going to be our host this year. So you'll get some slot coins. You'll be able to play some games. We're working on some entertainment, and everybody just wants to be appreciated this year. It's been a rough year. And it's one less thing that our employers have to plan. We'll take care of it. So be on the lookout for those opportunities on April 27th.
Right. Yep, we're excited about that. It should be a fun time. And after everything that's gone down in the last 18 months, we need, as an employer, we all need to step back and take care of our people. So, and the last new special activity that we're doing this year is something called a real estate forum. This is something we'll do each quarter. And what we're going to do is focus on economic and real estate activity that's taking place in a particular geography within the county. So we're going to move it around to different parts of the county and have it hosted at a venue, a real estate project or an economic development project, and have folks come in and learn about that project, but also what's going on in the area. Our first one we'll talk about a little bit later is going to be February 17th, and it'll be hosted here at the Annapolis Town Center in the former Chop House restaurant. And we'll talk about that more in a little bit. So let's keep on moving through this. Upcoming events. So what's going on, Amy? We got events?
We got events. There's the information on the digital recruitment webinar that is on our calendar. You can register for that. It is free for members, $10 for non-members. The Baltimore Sun has a digital recruitment specialist who is going to speak on the different platforms and how you can use them to get good employees and retain them. February 17th, we're going to pop up a flyer right after this with all those details. And then March Madness, we're going to do Membership Madness, and we're going to have a month full of competitions. So we had a meeting with that membership development committee I just mentioned this morning. We're talking about team captains and brackets, and it's going to be a whole thing. And we're going to have a big party at the new Game On Barcade, some people are calling it, that's going in on West Street. So there will be gaming and drinks and food and all sorts of things. So more details to come on that. I mentioned the April 7th company culture webinar or seminar that will be in person on April 7th. And then there is the information on the employee appreciation lunch.
And we'll be getting out these flyers digitally and print versions too, kind of upcoming events. And again, these will be changing as we add new things, but want to get things planned out as early as we can and get the word out to you guys so you can get it onto your schedules. Yeah,
earlier Mark mentioned the legislative events, the county executive, the primary debate. There's moving targets that are going on in March. So there are going to be some other things happening in March, not besides that mixer. Like I said, they're just very fluid, and we're still nailing down some dates for those. So just always check the event calendar on the website for the most up to date.
And here are the couple flyers that you can see. Again, we've got the, on February 3rd, it's a recruitment event. And this is targeted, again, this has been a challenging area for everyone with the pandemic and the great resignation, as it's called, or the big quit. But how do you go and find people? And the Baltimore Sun or the Capital Gazette has a unique way of doing that. So you're going to have an opportunity to hear that. It's free. That's the best, or a good price. So you can check that out there. On the 17th, our first real estate forum is going to be here at the Annapolis Town Center. I say here because that's where the chamber offices are. And what we're going to focus on is what's going on along Riva Road. If you've driven up and down a little bit, you've seen there's been a lot of projects that are underway, and there's the attempt to bring Wegmans in there. There are some other projects going on. There's a new transportation center that's going to be developed, most likely at the Westfield Mall, that's going to change the complexion of how employees can get to work in this region. So what we've done is our good friends at Trademark Properties have agreed to host us at the former Chop House restaurant. And we'll have a presentation from the county that talks about the growth management plan and the projects that are going on in that area. And then we'll get an update from Anthony Henry, who's the general manager of the Annapolis Town Center. And if you haven't noticed, they've gone through a whole rebrand, and they're building a really interesting set of new infrastructure, from an outdoor pavilion to a skating rink. So there's going to be a mini Rockefeller Center kind of thing. So you want to check that out. So we've got that teed up for February 17th. It's $50 for members, $75 for non-members. Only have 50 spots for it. This is a limited, engagement, if you will, but includes open bar and hors d'oeuvres. So we're pretty excited to have that. And again, this is the first one that we're doing. We're going to move it around to different parts of the county, but that should be a very unique and informative event.
This is just a flyer, and I'm going to pop it in the chat for everybody. That kind of goes through the different membership benefits that we offer. So just wanted to point out a couple. A lot of them we've talked about, but just wanted to point out, don't forget that you guys can log into the member portal portion of the website. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. You put your login here, password, and then you are in this portal right here where you can add hot deals, press releases, job postings. You can update your listing, add more reps in here. And then within here, you can reach out to the membership database. So you can directly connect with members right here within this portal. So just wanted to remind you of those benefits. Make sure you're sending me stuff or putting stuff on the website, because then that will go in the newsletter that goes out to about 2,000 email addresses each week. Member-to-member discounts is in there, also ribbon cuttings, and social media marketing. So if you guys have anything you want me to share with our audience, just let me know and I'll share it. It's that easy. Anything you want us to post. And virtual video visits we also started last year and in 2020 with the pandemic. So if you're not into doing a ribbon cutting and you just rather would do a virtual video visit, or we can even come out, we can do that. So just want to remind you briefly of those benefits. And then the committees, here's the list of the committees that we have. So membership development is also like our ambassador committee. So they meet once a month, usually the fourth Tuesday, some in person, sometimes we do virtual, just whatever's easier for everybody. And they welcome new members. They're the ones that are at the ribbon cuttings and at the events, greeting and volunteering. And then they help us with member outreach. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. And then workforce development / HR roundtable started last year. Mark, you want to talk about that? Because that's coming up on Friday.
Yeah, we put together a new group called the Human Resources Roundtable, HR Roundtable, and that'll meet for the first time on Friday. And the idea behind this is we've brought together a group of people that are HR specialists or take care of the hiring or the employment activities for a particular company. And they're going to meet quarterly and discuss some best practices or challenges that they may be facing in terms of hiring people. So we've gotten some large employers and some small employers together, and we're probably going to have about a dozen businesses around the table. And again, the idea is for them to kind of network and get to know some of the issues that they're facing. And then if they identify anything that comes up that might be need legislative attention or whatever, where we can help from the chamber standpoint with our other committees, we're going to be in a position to do that. So that group is meeting, again, our first meeting is Friday, and we've been working with the Anne Arundel Community College to put this together. So we're excited to kind of launch that. So again, if you have any interest in that, let me know.
I did forget to announce our chair of our membership development, our co-chairs here. Steve Palmer, do you want to show your face and say hi?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our welcome to our local chamber. And Amy, thank you for putting me on the spot. I was prepared to speak first.
That's what we like to do.
I didn't want to let Tim have the spotlight, not let you have any time.
You're now tying me to Timco? Oh no. What's next? You want to tie me to Heather and Steve Brown too? No, in all seriousness, the worst mistake you can do is to join a chamber and then not get involved, not participate in some of the events that we're having. So as the membership development co-chair, that's kind of what we do. We try to drive those events and try to help Amy and Mark, kind of think through some of the events, think through the events from a membership side of things, what we're kind of looking for members to hopefully make the events the best we can. So we always need more willing help. So anybody that has some free time that would like to get involved, please reach out. We would love to have you.
You did great. Thank you.
Thanks.
And the ambassadors are great too when we have the different events. If you're new to the chamber or not, like going out to events and meeting people, we'll help. They will, I will, Amy will too, introduce you to folks. We kind of work the crowd and kind of get everybody to connect, because again, that's a part of the value of membership.
Oh, Mark, I just got a question. What are the details for the HR roundtable? You want to?
HR roundtable, first of all, we're looking for companies that have employees, is what we're looking for, and that the people who are going to be joining it are involved with the hiring and the training and the other issues that will come up with that work from home trends. What are the policies and procedures that you may have in? So those are going to be some of the topics that are discussed. And again, we're looking for about 10, 12 people. I think we've got about 9 so far. So if we could certainly add a few other people. And again, this could expand a little bit as we grow. So if you're interested, I didn't check the chat up, let me know.
All right. Third on here is the technology committee, which we had up and running in 2020, and they actually helped us with our first Moving Forward webinar series and did a whole informative webinar on how to work from home, how to work remotely, what tools, what programs do you need. And then we lost our chair, and then we weren't really doing anything. So we are looking to revive that committee now for 2022. So I don't know if Alpha Engineering made it on the call. I saw some tech companies register. So if any tech people are interested in serving on that committee or leading that committee, we'd love to get that back up and running. We had a super fun pub crawl planned in the Annapolis Town Center for April of 2020. That didn't happen, that we would love to revive, where people go to the different restaurants, and then tech companies have booths and you can learn about different tech tools for your business. So that sounds like something up your alley, and that's a great way to connect with other people in the tech world and the membership. So let me know. I'll bounce it back to either Mark or Stephen, whoever would like to talk about the legislative committee.
Steve, you want to talk about the legislative committee a little bit?
Sure. So the legislative committee is something that we've worked pretty hard to ramp up and to build up over the course of the past sort of 18 months or so. It's a huge component of a chamber to be advocates for our members and the business community generally. So what we've been able to do is we have engaged with a lobbying firm to assist with our advocacy on the state, local, and our state, county, and local levels on the various issues that matter to businesses. So I chair that committee. We have a pretty robust group there, and I would welcome anyone who would like to get more involved or more information on what's going on down at the General Assembly, at the County Council, and even on the different city levels, to come and get involved, bring to our attention any bills or legislation that you see that affects your business. Like, for example, right now, one of the big tickets at the state level is paid family medical leave. And that's going to be an insurance-based product that, under the current version of the bill, could potentially mean 7.75% of your employees' wages matched by you goes to insurance for paid leave. So it's not as a dollar for dollar thing like workplace, like with the Healthy Working Families Act was 2 or 3 years ago. Geez, 4 years ago now at this point, but it's something you should pay attention to as a business owner. It's going to affect your bottom line at the end of the day. So things like that are coming across our table, and we're working on advocacy for it. And I welcome you all to join us.
All right. That was our last slide. We did that. So
yeah. And let me just recap one thing is using the online system, the online directory is a good thing. You guys have your listing, but if you go back a couple of slides, yeah, and you get your logon information and you can go into the portal. This basically is your own like mini web page that you can create. And what happens is not just here, but chambers all over the country, that people go to the Chamber of Commerce, they know, oh, they've got lots of businesses. So they go to the directory and they look for, maybe they need, I don't know, let's say insurance. And they might, look that up, but then you can just have your basic listing, or you can have all these other features that come along with it. You can add pictures, videos, logos, all kinds of things. So when they go and they get the listing, they'll see the one that's a little bit more detailed. It's going to make a better impression. They're more likely to call you. And so I would encourage you to spend the time to do that, to get yourself set up in there. And then also it's the way that you register for events, and you can go right to the member pricing. Because the other thing we'll be doing, you'll notice the price differentials for members, a lot cheaper and free sometimes. And then the non-members, they're going to pay, and they're going to pay a higher rate. So there is value to your dues. So yeah, so I just want to put that little plug in.
Yeah, and we weren't sure how much time we were going to have today to get in depth into that, but we do have a tutorial on that. We do that on our Chamber 101 webinars and record those, where I got to go through the portal and show you how to use everything, where everything is. So that is on our YouTube channel, Anne Arundel Chamber. Just search for that on YouTube, and all of our webinars are on there, but look for the Chamber 101 if you're looking for that. And you can always just email me or call me if you need me to walk you through something.
So, okay. And I guess what we want to do is field some questions for somebody, from anybody has a question or a thought or a comment they'd like to share.
I'm seeing some messages of people interested in lunch, so I'm writing those down. I'll let you know for leads groups and hosting.
Yeah, just a little bit more on the leads group for folks. We've got them set. There's a pretty good format. They're about 90 minutes, so they're run pretty. Someone is the chair, and they follow this format. And each group gets to kind of customize it to fit the way they want to do it. And it's a pretty energetic group usually, and it's a well-spent 90 minutes. So that is a little bit about the leads group format. And if we get enough folks interested in lunch, we'll put together the group. How many do we need usually to start, Amy? What do you think our number is if we want to start a new group?
Probably at least 4 to 6. I think that's what we're at for breakfast right now.
Yeah. And then the group is autonomous, and they kind of recruit new members too, to bring people on board. So that's part of the function too. So we're excited about that. Somebody's got to have a question.
No other questions? Y'all know everything. Go to check the event calendar on the website, how to register for anything that we just went through. Oh, breakfast group. Okay.
Yeah. And we're trying we'll get that upcoming events list out there and updated, because one of the things we certainly couldn't do last year was, bring people together. We did a lot of virtual meetings, quite frankly. We had quite a bit going on. But still, nothing beats, getting together to meet people directly. And the other reason we like it is we have our events at member locations, and it gives them a chance to showcase their venue. And usually, everybody, people come back. Last year, just as an example, working with our members, we had our golf outing at the newly renovated Eisenhower Golf Club, and that was great. They remember, and we used Mission Barbecue, who I see is on the call. did a wonderful job catering our event. When we went out on the Catherine Marie with Watermark, we had 4 or 5 businesses. I think Mission Barbecue, you did a bit with us too. And then we had 3 or 4 other restaurants that provided food. So it's a good opportunity to get out and about.
All right, I just put the upcoming events flyer in the chat. I'll also email everybody that and the benefit and program flyer. So, door prizes, I guess. Everybody wants door prizes. Oh,
that's right. We forgot to mention at the very beginning, those who stayed to the end will be eligible to win the fabulous door prize that we have today. What do we have today, Amy?
We have
Steve Palmer. Steve Palmer will not be included in this, correct?
Why? Door prizes?
Yeah, just because of that rude comment he made to me earlier.
Oh, well, all right. It's been a disqualification. All right.
Guys, remember when I mentioned we're having a competition in March? This is what it looks like. Could get ugly.
Maybe let me spend a minute on talking about that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to kick off, we talked about that a little bit, a membership drive in the month of March. And we're going to set up 4 or 5 teams of folks with 6 to 8 people. And we've developed a way to kind of create some excitement and hopefully add new members to the chamber. And we'll have a kickoff event and we'll have a wrap-up event with it. It's different that we haven't done. But I think people are ready to get, well, I know people are ready to get back out and do things. And that's part of the value of the chamber, not only from the legislative advocacy that we're going to do, which is information that we can provide to you, but we'll also give you the opportunity to get out again and interact with people and kind of expand your network. So.
Yep.
Okay, so what is our door prize?
Our prizes, we've got Nando's Peri Peri Chicken, who was a generous vendor at the Holiday Mixer that had, if you were there, they had a beautiful spread of chicken and all sorts of things. So they gave us some vouchers. So I've got a voucher for a free dinner at Nando's Peri Peri Chicken. And I also have a gift certificate from Escape Time, which is the mission or escape room over right across the mall in that Jennifer Square Plaza. They gave us 4, so 4 people can go with you to the escape room. So I have this handy dandy app. Hold on, now I'm seeing banter in the chat. Okay, I'm ignoring that. It's got everybody that registered. I'm gonna click the little prize button and the winner is, let's see, is Ike here from Bay Community Support Services? If he's not, we'll move on. You have to be present to win. Ike, if you're here, I can't see anybody because I'm recording this. So
look real quick on the participants. Ike's still on board.
Nobody changed their name at the last minute. Okay?
There you go.
That's sneaky. I don't think he got on here. All right.
Ike, all right.
I am
right.
Steve, it's IKE.
All right. This is okay. So this first one is going to be for the Nando's chicken. All right. I'm doing it again. Brenda Reed, and I know she's here because she just messaged me with Annapolis Sailing School.
Yes.
All right, Brenda, I will get
We
you
have a winner.
Your chicken certificate, and then the
Thank you.
What'd you win?
What'd you win? And then we've got the Mission Escape or Escape Time. I got Mission Barbecue and Escape Time on my brain. Escape Time is electronic, so I will email whoever wins this one. All right, it is Catherine Brady from Annapolis Town Center.
Hello, everyone.
There she is. Oh,
I
and I should have switched. I should have given you the chicken and her the Escape Time. All right, Catherine gets to go to Escape Time and Brenda gets to eat chicken. And you know, that's weird because the chicken place is at the mall and Catherine used to work at the mall.
That's a true story.
The other thing we'll do at a lot of our events, we will do the door prizes. So if we have any members or businesses on here and you have an item like a gift card or something that you can donate for a prize, that would be great because it's a great way for us to support you and promote the business. And obviously when someone comes to your business with a gift card or whatever, they buy a little bit more or invite friends. So yeah, so that's another thing we can do for you here at the chamber. So All right. Any final words or thoughts? Mr. Chairman, anything you want to leave our group with before we head on out?
Stay healthy, stay engaged. Thanks everybody for showing up.
All right.
Thank
All right,
you.
so check out the events that we're doing. We hope to see you all in person soon, and we will be back to the new normal pretty soon. So thanks again, and as Steve said, take care and be well.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye, everyone.